the Kia Center so far. Up next out of Osteen, Florida, this is Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. We got an amber light that means we can fire up Kraken. We get a second amber that means he's staged at the starting line. And that red light will go green and he will hit the racetrack. Try to avoid the turning bar. The fastest time remains Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Our next competitor ride for MK Motorsports out of Kewaunee, Wisconsin. This is Brandon Taluska, Just Get Her Done 2. Those great turning pod that is on the track in that chalk line. If the driver hits that with a tire, he knocks it out of the chalk line. That is a 5-second penalty. Nice turn, just wobbles that turning pod around, keeps it in the chalk line, stops on a dime with that front left wheel, across the finish line, to a score of 10.458. Three trucks in, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian has the fastest time so far, 10 seconds flat. Just behind her, Brandon Taluska in second. Just Get Her Done 2 to 10.458. And Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken 11.917. Three trucks down, 5 more to go. Orlando, who's ready for more JCB racing? So we have some action going on over here in the Octane area. El Toro Loco getting looked at right now as we try to get some camera footage over there. But right now, a lot of activity at El Toro Loco with some rear steer issues. Just to put it into perspective, these trucks are 12,000 pounds, and it needs front steer and rear steer in order to be able to turn. If the rear steer is out, MJ Solorio will now be able to turn at full strength with full horsepower in that Monster Jam truck. You would have to hit reverse back up and try to make a turn that way. So actively looking at El Toro Loco to see if MJ Solorio can make it into the racing competition. We're ready to get it going again. Up next out of Pennsylvania, Tony Oaks in Thunder Aurora. Give it up for Tony Oaks in Thunder Aurora. Stopping action, going to show you the next competition, the Race Challenge. As you check out the replay board, great pass around that turn. And then right here, checks it into gear, nice corner, right up over the ramp, great check into a stopping. And showing off with an exclamation point on that racing pass. 10.250 for Tony Oaks. The fastest time stays with Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Megalodon pull out of the stall and then get immediately put back in by crew chief Mitch Toluska. They're going to check out Megalodon. Right now we're going to continue on. There's a front drive shaft issue on Megalodon. The Toluska status for racing is up in the air. Right now we're going to get to our next truck in the competition. Competitor in JCB Racing out of Osteen, Florida, Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. We see Mike drive a few trucks so far this season, Black, Pearl, and Kraken. Now the top forward team bringing the Excalibur back to Amsterdam after that truck's creation back in 1985. The turning pod out of the chalk line after he crossed the finish line. No penalty added there. We'll get that pod come back as you check out these original Super Glue glued to the action replay. There is Mike, comes up a little short of that ramp, is able to correct, get some nice air, and then he shreds the turning pod. There's our leaderboard. Monster Mutt Dalmatian, the fastest time thus far. Thunderball is in second, Excalibur just getting up 2 in 4th, and Kraken currently in 5th. We still have question marks on Megalodon and Gravedigger at the moment. As we get our next truck to the line, El Toro Loco seems to have the rear issues in check as MJ Solorio will attempt to make it to the starting line. And now El Toro Loco getting tested, being put back in the stall. El Toro Loco having some more issues. As we mentioned earlier, rear steer issue affecting the truck. They may not have got it locked in limited time here for these drivers as we get through this first competition of the night. So MJ Solorio not able to get out from the racing competition right now. And we got Kay Young down there. We're going to get an update from the pits. Kay, a lot of crazy stuff going on.
There's a lot happening, especially with the rear steers. Both El Toro Loco and Gravedigger are battling some rear steer issues. Now, during event number 1 into event number 2, it was a rear steer solenoid, which is in my hand, that was replaced by Gravedigger. What this does is it allows electrical current to go through this solenoid, and then it goes to the rear steer pump and motor, and it helps allow those BKT tires to turn. So think of that electrical current as water, and think of this rear steer solenoid as like a water dam. And if this doesn't allow the electric current to go through or the water to go through, it will not allow the rear steer to turn those BKT tires left or right. So right now they're battling that in the back with Gravedigger, and of course El Toro Loco will give you a more update on exactly what's happening with his rear steer.
Thank you, Kay Young. So a lot of issues going on right now with these trucks. This is event number 2, still one more to come. Right now, you see a clock up on the video board. That is a 60-second clock for Gravedigger. Tyler Medica's Gravedigger truck in the back getting worked on, as Kate talked about. He has 60 seconds to start the truck. If we hear the truck firing from the tunnel and making it out onto the track, Gravedigger will be allowed to make a pass in JCB Racing. If Tyler Medica and his crew cannot get the truck started, then he will forfeit a race pass and will not compete, and they'll have to try to get the truck ready for the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. He did win racing earlier today. He won the first 2 competitions today, so Tyler did have a great start to the entire event here in Orlando, now trying to make it happen here. 18 seconds left on the clock as precious seconds tick away. El Toro Loco is not going to be able to make it back. Megalodon not going to be able to make it back, and seconds ticking away on the clock here when we get to 0. If Gravedigger's not started, that'll do it. The JCB Racing competition is over, which means Orlando, your racing winner, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian! Christmas, Florida native, UNOH graduate, MJU graduate, getting it done on the racetrack with the fastest time of the weekend. Jamie Sullivan, 10 seconds flat, getting a racing win. Her first competition here at the Kia Center. Once again, give it up
debut since Monster Jam World Finals, and you got your racing win, the fastest time of the night so far this weekend. You did it in front of fans, you did it in front of your family, and of course your friends.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is definitely a special moment. Like I said, I grew up here right in East Orlando, so to be here, have my family in the stands, some friends also, super cool to have that, have your support, but not really the way I wanted to win racing, but of course it's still a win, and we're ready to keep on moving that momentum throughout the show.
You got your first 8 points of the night. We're going to move into the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. So now that you got this one under your belt, do you feel that momentum going into this next competition for you?
You know, earlier this afternoon in the first event, I was trying to learn how to do the 2-Wheel Skills Challenge out here because this dirt is very tacky. As you can see in the race passes, I hiked up coming into this turn, so this dirt's super tacky. It's a lot to adjust to and really just know how much throttle you need to put into it. So I think I got it down now, though. I think it's going to be a great time. You guys ready for the 2-Wheel Skills Challenge?
Monster Motel Nation.
For the win, Jamie Sullivan gets 8 points as we check out our first PKT overall event leaderboard up on the video board. 8 points for Jamie Sullivan. Thunder Roars gets 7. Excalibur gets 6. Just Get Her Done 5. Kraken with 4. And then you see the triple zeros. El Toro Loco, Grave Digger, and Megalodon do not get any points because they were unable to compete. So an 8-point differential between number 1 and number 6. That's a lot of ground to catch up. Luckily, we have 3 more competitions. And up next in Orlando is the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. Now in this competition, you're going to see some of the most incredible 2-wheel skills maneuvers in this sport and in motorsports, period. Drivers are going to get 2 attempts to perform their best maneuver on 2 wheels. You're going to see some incredible combo moves. You're going to see some stoppies, poppers, wheelies, bicycles, and moonwalks. And you're also going to have the opportunity to determine our winner. It'll be your first opportunity tonight to score. Our competitors are going to judgeszone.com. You'll enter that code ORL. You'll slide the VKT tire up or down. You'll click submit. And your scores alone will determine our winner. That is all coming up next with the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge.
Let's stop. Before we can dive into the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge, I want to keep the racing momentum going. I'm hanging here with Lily right now, and we are about to play our Truckin' Pals race. But before we do, Lily, are you having so much fun? Yeah. Who are you here with? Who's this guy?